it's working. So now we are recording.
How was today?
How was the day? Good question. What do you think? What do you feel? How will you describe the day?
Well, it's the third day since we started working from 9 till 10 a.m. to p.m. Physically tired, mentally super active. And by the way, it's like at night, my brain is like super active that it's like I can't even sleep. And it's always like the things that happened in workshops that come and like I hear Dagmawi and I hear students of the workshops talking and everything, and I can't really control it. So that's a new challenge that I have experienced in this thing. But other than that, I think today was filled with so many discussions that were like really, really questioning the status of what we think participation is and what we think could allow change in cities and how we think about change, and whether or not when we think about change, if it's whether about destroying and building something or whether there is something in between or even beyond these two concepts. And it was such an eye-opening discussions that we've had, and the workshop that we did was also a bit fun. And maybe I'll leave that to you guys to discuss it.
No, it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Where were you, Dagen? Yeah. Could you just...
You're muted.
You're muted. No, we can see you're muted. This game doesn't work. For those who see this recording, Dagen is playing with us the whole day. So very often he's just saying like, we say, hey, you're muted, you're muted, you're muted. And then it comes out, no, you're not muted. You just want us to think it's muted. So it's like, he's kind of opening or kind of redesigning the options that we have on a video conference, because usually there is the function to mute and to unmute just to be visible, just to be able to speak. And on the other side, do not disturb others, an example, by noise from the environment. So what he's doing, he's just crashing this option, crashing this function. And with this, he creates a totally new idea, because we would never do this in the analog world. I would never say, I never had the idea of, mute myself in the analog world. So
he's on the third.
What?
He's on the third level of digitization, right? I mean,
no, second level.
How?
First level is transfer.
You're degraded,
we can't
it is
already said it, so I have nothing more.
There is a path to mastery, but only the of two levels.
Yes.
So like,
okay, but I mean, for people who don't know what we're talking about, so we mean these three steps for like creating this digitalization, this transformation, actually not digitalization, transformation is the first step is to actually translate something, to copy something into another. So if we're talking about digitization, we are actually copying something analog to just becoming into the digital platform. Like if you're reading a book analog, you print the text and you make it a soft copy. So that's like a copy. That's like very first level, and that's actually a challenge that we have now, that a lot of organization wants things to be digitized. In the first set of questions for consultants, this is what they're asking for, but it becomes that there is second level and third level to actually designing these things, where the second level is Dagam. You explain it better.
Digitalization, we call it digitalization. If you're talking about
not digitization, but digitalizing.
Digitalization. So once you have like the content in a digital format, then it needs to be usable. So you kind of expand, like Christoph's term is expansion. So you have it like an extension. So you have it in a digital format, but now at least you have to use it. And you start to use it. So it becomes functional in a way, like using the terms that we were debating about the past 2 days. It becomes usable, but still it's not going to be the human experience. It's just, for example, you live your life, then you open your laptop and do something. So that's digitalization. There is the process already when you're using it, but it's not part and parcel of your life already. So it's still one layer or one level away from becoming a digital transformation.
there's a modification in it, right?
Yeah, it's just modifying it and using it.
So it's transferring, it's just transferring. The next level is about modification, and the next one is about creation of a totally new process.
Yeah.
So that's finally the thing. So and what Dagam is doing is modification. So he's using that he's doing it with a fun experience that he says, okay, there is this function with mute and unmute, and finally it's about there is a special function. It's mute and unmute finally is integrated into the software, into the video software, because people like to have the option of being heard or not. So like you can if there is noise in around, maybe there are other people in the room, no one should even make that. Even if you think by, oh my goodness, that's so terrible, these guys are such idiots, so no one should listen to that. Yeah. So this is the reason why we have this microphone thing. But what he's doing now, he creates a modification because he's now playing with this. Yeah. So he and what he finally did was he creates the picture or the idea that he is muted, but he is unmuted. So that's and we could like this, and we could go on. Like now we could do something like, even if he is speaking, we tell him we cannot hear him, and he is really speaking, but we always give him, can hear you. And the other thing is, there will be a next version of it, not just, it would again change everything. In the moment, if we do not tell him that he is muted, we just don't care what he's saying. So it's like he's saying something and we're like, okay, did you hear the noise? Did you hear something noise there? Which is, it is something like, and it's just like an experiment. You can just use the microphone. That would be a wonderful exercise. Maybe not for that debriefing tonight, but just use any single function of a video conference tool and try to experiment it, try to think like ways to sabotage it, ways to use it in a funny way. Like can you speak while clicking it on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off? And the others need to find out what the hell is this guy talking about, because we can only hear 50% of what he's doing. And what if we combine this with the video function on, off, on, off? So what if I do something like I do this, wait a second. No, don't do this. Come on, guys. No. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. I'm dying. Oh, no. It hurts a lot. Oh, no. So it would just,
okay.
You don't know what happened, right? You don't know what happened. Yeah. So I could train my daughter. To say.
Oh, my God, no.
Yeah. Something like this. Yes. Good joke.
Good. Yeah.
What if this was not a joke? What if I was actually kidnapped? What if something had happened?
I told you, if you would be kidnapped, I would come to Addis Abeba to find you. Betty, doesn't work.
I'm here. But hey, okay. There's something that I was going to say, but now I've forgotten. My mind has been kidnapped.
About today's workshop, do you know this graph? I wanted to show you if you can see it. Do you see it?
Yes.
So they call it the mood graph. It's a creative mood graph. So whenever you're creating, so the first step is you start with a hope, then everyone is excited, and that's the first day, and then that's actually here. I don't know if you can see it. It's here. Then as you go, your mood would decline somehow, because now you have all these infinite ideas and you have to make them and manifest them into this product in such a way. And actually it's called an insight. And today it feels like we're entering into that. I'm not saying it's a bad mood per se, but it's a kind of a state that you become now you go out of your mind in a way and become more composed, because now the challenge, the stress is on. You have to create something. So you need to be focused, and always you need to drop, you have infinite ideas. Now you have to drop most of them so that you can have a couple of ideas that work. And it's not a happy place to be, but it's not also a terrible place to be. It's actually the pathway. And finally, hopefully, we'll reach here and we start to go up.
Yes.
Which will be the final, like when we deliver, which we call the confidence. Or that's where we were talking about creative confidence earlier on as well. We have the product, it's magical, here it is, and then we have
but isn't this quite funny? I think if someone would listen to us in the morning while we do our morning brainstorming session, I guess a lot of people would ask themselves all the time, what the hell are they doing there? They're not creating a product. They just talk about trust, participation, about food in Nairobi, about
love.
Yeah, about all these things. So how can this lead them to creating a game? Yeah, and this is something like, to be honest, it's really like, I wouldn't be able to create a process, because finally, the thing is that we create a game here or architectural artifacts. It's not that we are game designers or architects, or of course we are, but usually we create a process. Yeah, so that's what we do. We are process transformators or process transformation avengers. I don't know how to explain this, but it's, and in this special project, the process is a game and an architectural artifact. And in the next process, it's whatever, something from where a changing system in an organizational process, or a lot of options. But the thing is, like, usually from an economic perspective, you would come up with a strategy how to build up a game or how to build up a process. And you have your different elements and you just follow the path. So what we do crazy talk in the morning and then we have a game. And I think even if you would follow us on this path, by the way, which is an invitation to click on the link on WebEx and be with us for the whole day, because that's what we offer. And even with videos, you would come to the point and say, okay, what did I miss? How they were talking about food in Nairobi and now they have a local-based game. How does this work? And this is kind of, I think that our inspiration or our reflection is a certain code that we do not understand, but it makes us creating processes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
like we are in that like sweet spot between philosophy on one hand and building and development on the other. Because like if you look at these two, like art, you can't consider art and science. On one side, you have like people brainstorm, they have amazing ideas, they never create something, like they just philosophize their life. And this is one, and you express yourself, that's art, like that's pure art. And on one side, you have like this development projects where you build the same thing again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
And like there is this sweet spot between the two ends where the two processes go seamlessly together. So like in the morning, like you were saying, we talk about really these abstract concepts like trust and participation, love, and all this like functions, the resources, what are they? We really talk about these philosophical points and we kind of tie them down into a kind of testable and manageable, malleable kind of, and like I think the process is like the thing.
Yeah, I think it's like the trick or like the secret into this process that we're creating is the fact that whenever we're talking about something completely different, even random thing, right? We always get to the point where we ask ourselves, why is that happening and how is that happening? Mm-hmm. So even if, let's say, we're talking about the weirdest things, like why is Dagam sitting always in the dark? I mean, I know you're not, but like if that's the case, then we start to even think about like, why is he choosing to stay away from the light? Does he have vampire features? Does he have a blood that we don't have? So like these are weird, odd questions to say, but like we also get into the process of questioning the fabrics of why he thinks he is. And now he's going into the light. So I think it's really that. So I think it's really that helps us then transform the whys, because we kind of break it down to elements. Yeah. And then take that into game making, which is at the end of the day encouraging or creating like a space for people to interact with things.
And that's, by the way, the reason why I like the idea of whenever we do a new project, we ask this organization or institution to do a workshop with us for 2 days, because both sides can figure out whether this works. Because it's like, I truly believe we live in a very complex world. And we learned that this old iconical idea that things need to be easy. Yeah, and like, this funny idea of, this elevator pitch idea. So that you are, and this elevator pitch is, for those who doesn't know, it's like, the idea is you need to be able to kind of describe your idea maybe in 30 seconds or 1 minute. So it's like, the idea is you go into an elevator and there's someone who might have money to support you and anything else. So you only have this short time when the elevator goes from one floor to the other. So it's the elevator pitch. And I think generations of even people in the field of economy, they try to learn this to be easy and stuff like that. And the thing is, I truly believe that this is the wrong function, because the thing is, what they always try to do is they're not translating this into an easy thing. What they do is they try to tell a story, but at the end, the thing is, like, it's not easy. So they try to tell a story and they try to convince others to, an example, give them money or anything else. But in the end, they need to be honest, saying, okay, to be honest, there's a bit more complexity in the system. So we need some days to talk about you. And what I found out is there are two kinds of organizations that want to kind of create or whatever a transformation process. The ones that are kind of product orientated. So they want to have a clear structure. These are the guys that look for consultants that finally are able to say, this is my model, this is my structure. There are 100 questions that we're going to answer, and at the end you've got your product. Yeah. And there are the others that understand that transformation hurts. The transformation is something where you do not know what the outcome will be exactly. Yeah, so that it's clear to have a path. Of course, you know where you want to be, where you want to go. You know that you have a target, but to go there is not an easy thing. Yeah. So and this is, I guess, these are the customers. These are the organizations that we can work with, because these guys, they like to have this, kind of meta constructional super discussions about love and hate, trust and gold, or whatever. And at the end, there's an idea. Yeah, because that's what we are. Humans are very complex species. Yeah, so we never make it easy. That's nonsense. So that's what public relation wants to tell us. It's like if you wear the clothes from this brand and the sneakers from that brand, and you have the computer from that brand using the MP3 player from that brand, and you have the headphones from that brand, then you're a cool guy, a cool girl, and you can do whatever you want in your life. So, and they buy all this stuff and they find out nothing changes. Yeah. And there was this one thing that happened today, one thing that we wanted to have. Would you like to explain what happened?
What do you mean? Which one?
The one that we always hope to have. The one that. So.
Rain?
The thing.
No. Rain?
No, I'm pretty much sure it's in there.
Wait.
No, our new guest.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
That's what the reason why we are sharing the link. And again, guys, follow me on Twitter, because we do not have a SOSTLAB Twitter account, because it doesn't make any sense. Go to the website from LUtopia.de, find out what's going on there. There is a link and you can reach us, come with us, talk to us. And now it's your stage.
I think Dagam, you can take it. I think maybe we can finalize it by just saying like our favorite part. I think Christoph has already said his.
My favorite part would be my ears. I really love them. I don't know why exactly, but those are my favorite parts.
That's a nice shift, yes.
It is. It was not.
I thought you asked for our favorite parts, right?
Well, yes, I'll take that. Like really, better than any answer. You've taken your chance. That's the game. It's your ears the whole day. It's been about your ears.
I don't follow the rules. I break all the rules.
It's so funny.
I'm just joking. I will speak last because I misused my chance. And I forgive me.
So then Betty is.
You really can't use your chance. It's done. But anyway, so my favorite part would be where we were talking about can you share your secrets? Can you trust each other to share secrets? And that's a point of where we were talking about participation, actually.
Yeah.
And how it relates to participation, telling secrets or not, is like very off to so many people probably. But there was a completely like something that made sense within these transitions. And it was about how surveys don't work. It was about how can we trust even people to be genuine to themselves? And if we can't get these things, how do we even consider if participatory jobs work? How do they, if even they function? So it was questioning the whole thing. But that was also one of the greatest remarks. Yeah.
So if I start to talk about my beard now, it would look like Betty was wrong and Dagam was right. So no, I was not talking about it. For me, the secret discussion was amazing. Even this exercise and even this element of, secrets is like, finally, secrets are options. I still believe that finally, I still believe in the fact that it's all about options. And it's like, and the secret is an option on different levels. So one is, it creates an alternate universe finally, because it's a secret. As long as it's a secret, it's not connected to the real life. Yeah. So it's something that is there. So it's like an option because it's there, but it cannot be used because no one knows it, which is quite interesting. On the other side, it's like I truly believe that participation is something. It's very hard work for everyone, because on the one hand, if you want people to participate, an example, in a process of city development, we need to understand that one thing that they need is a lot of knowledge about it. And what we do usually is to teach them all these elements that they need. That's one of these ideas, to enable them to become part of a participational process. But on the other side, I guess most of the people do not know themselves very good. I would even say that I know myself very good. Sometimes I'm really kind of frustrated about me. Sometimes I'm really surprised about me. And I think, okay, this is nice. So I feel like I look at myself thinking like, okay, that was nice. Where come this from? Is it like, and I think that if you think about this secret thing, it's like finally the more like if people come to a process where they should participate. So at the end, what they do, that's what I believe in, is they check out the situation and they think about, okay, on the one hand, you want me to be honest, but what does honesty mean in this process? Am I really able to speak totally open? Yeah, or are there lots of things, kind of rules or whatever? So this is like, this is something that can kill a participational process. It doesn't have to, but it can. And this is something, by the way, which is special.
Yeah. We hope that tomorrow we're going to have something awesome, and it has something to do with cities, but thinking about them in terms of food. And Christoph is going to be the lead for that. And I'm sure that's going to be a fun journey.
We're going to do food together. Let's food tonight.
Right.
Let's food tonight.
Thank you so much for your awesomenesses. I wish you a really good night.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, I wish you sweet dreams, as many secrets as you want to have, and we see us tomorrow again. And for those of you who want to attend, at 9 o'clock, we're going to have the briefing on all the days. So if this video might be, you find this video and it's maybe still Saturday, no worries. Every morning at 9 o'clock, you can be with us. No worries. See you.
Bye-bye.